What made you decide to become a volunteer?
Well, first of all, I feel really blessed. I'm born and raised in Denmark. I am studying at the university, so I feel like I have so much, and now it's time to give to others with whatever I can give. So I started volunteering with kids, where I teach kids to become a good role model. It's in ghetto areas, and another thing is that I am connected to an organization called Crossing Borders, where I have different kind of topics I handle, anything from international to conflicts to communication to climate, like every kind of topics.
Do you think that it's difficult to find a project or a place where you could be useful or you could be a volunteer?
Oh no, for sure. I don't think when I decided to change a bit my life, do something else, feel useful, I enter in contact with some organization in my country, in France, and I found an EVS, European Voluntary Service, and this permits you to go abroad for a voluntary period. I could come in Palermo, in Sicily, and work with migrants and centers for people who have difficulty in general. But I'm sure that in every town in our own country we can find a place where we can be useful. I don't know, with people living in the streets, with children who have difficulty at school, with there is some kind of people everywhere. So.
What is the most difficult moment in your volunteering?
I think when I first arrived to India, then there were a lot of difficult moments because the society is working in a completely different way and what they value is so different. And as a woman in Indian society, there are a lot of restrictions to how you're supposed to act and what you're supposed to do and not to do. And when you're used to being very independent, you feel like you're in a box. And that was one of the difficult things. But the most difficult thing was me that my father died when I was in India. So it's sometimes when you do this kind of volunteering experience, you also have to think about what is left behind in your home and something can happen. Nobody tells you what is going to happen in the 6 months when you decide to be away from your country.
Could you say something in the language from the country where you have volunteered?
So I was working with difficult children, children from difficult backgrounds, so they were always saying bad words and something like that. So I remember in my first day that all the children were saying me that "Suka!" And it was so I was, oh, what it means, Suka? And now I understand really, and maybe you will understand after or later. What changed in your world?
A lot of things, because I learned a lot of stuff. I cannot describe because it will be too long, but now I really have a different point of view about the life. I think I'm more open-minded. I meet a lot of different people. I learn languages, culture, and before I was thinking you can only work in France because you are French, and even like a psychologist, I think I can work everywhere, and I would like to have again an experience as a psychologist abroad.
When will you stop doing volunteer work?
Well, I'll never stop doing volunteer work. Once you begin, it stays in your heart and you'll never stop it. My plan is that hopefully after I get my education, that I can combine my profession with my... This is not only my hobby, but it is my passion to give whatever I can. So one day when I become a successful lawyer, I hopefully I can give a lot more.
My best experience in my volunteer is quite difficult to answer. I think there is not just a concrete experience, no. I think it was all the people I met during the volunteering, and I think they will be like my friends forever, and especially the new, let's say, the new paths, the new streets that I found for my future. The fact of having my ideas a little bit more clear, not to find a lot of answers to my questions, because I think it's impossible, but at least a little of new ways to discover life.